Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week and to official summer, if you will.
Exactly. No, we're definitely getting there, and hopefully you guys had a nice Juneteenth and a nice start to your Friday. So I love the Friday GMSA at 9.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. We had a GMSA Plus, and Justin was out showing his skills with the SAW team.
Yes, the pipe tapper, the national champion pipe tapping team. It's tough to say quickly.
Very fast. Yeah.
But nonetheless, Justin may be a little sore later on, and you can go online to see the video here because I know Shelby, we were all. Well, we'll get to Shelby in a second. We got to show you live cam here because we hinted yesterday about around this time, right? We had clouds and a little pop-up little shower here and there that would kind of move through and ruin my car wash.
I got a car wash from the rain last week. I haven't gotten an actual car wash just yet, but we're going to have once again the potential over the next few days to maybe have a quick shower or a quick downpour. But today is the first day of summer. It is the summer solstice. Summer officially starts at 9:42 p.m. tonight. Now, the Earth is tilted at about 23.5 degrees, and as it's tilted, it rotates around the sun and is tilted towards the sun. And because we're tilted towards the sun, that allows us to see more sunlight and get the longest day of sun. Today we are expected to get over 14 hours of sunlight today. Sun sets just after 8:36. Now temperatures this morning feeling very seasonable. Temperatures still sitting in those 80s, 80 degrees here in San Antonio, feeling like 84 because of the humidity. And throughout the next few hours, we're going to continue to warm up already to 90 just after lunch. And we're going to continue to have partly cloudy skies. Once again, a potential for maybe a quick shower or a quick downpour. And that's all because of that area of high pressure sitting right over areas of North and West Texas. That's going to be the reason we're seeing some weather, not only in Texas, but also a heat wave going through portions of the United States. I'll break down what exactly that heat dome does coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Shelby. Let's look out there with TransGuide. Looking over here at I-35 at Judson and also Highway 90 at Meadow Creek, things are moving. On the TxDOT website, just some of the normal construction spots, but no major incidents to report at this time. Well, a troubling threat targeting San Antonio's Jewish community. The Barshop Jewish Community Center forced to close its doors yesterday after police say someone threatened a mass shooting.
So SAPD confirmed the person who made the threat has been arrested and they believe the threat is gone.
And our Courtney Friedman explains that threat was also against the broader Jewish community, and local Jewish leaders are concerned and frustrated.
Little after 8 this morning that I received a call from the FBI.
FBI agents told Temple Bethel Executive Director Eric Reinecker someone had made a mass shooting threat against the Barshop Jewish Community Center, but also the Jewish community entirely. The JCC immediately sent an email to parents and shut its doors for the day.
Local police has been on site all day, and my understanding is that's been true at the campus and all the other synagogues too. Everybody knows what to do.
Your reaction when you get a call like that?
Honestly, frustration more than anything, because of how almost routine it is. It's terrible, it's tragic, it's not okay, and yet this is just part of what we do.
Later in the day, SAPD confirmed the person who made the threat had been arrested out of state. Chief William McManus saying, quote, "The arrest was based on statements the individual made while being questioned by authorities," end quote. Reinecker's phone has been ringing all day from people across the community and beyond.
Our new mayor, Gina Ortiz-Jones, reached out to the senior rabbi.
In a statement to the press, Mayor Jones said in part, "We will continue to monitor this situation closely. Anti-Semitism has no place in San Antonio and will take all necessary steps to ensure the safety and security of our Jewish neighbors."
Do you feel supported here in San Antonio?
I do.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
So the JCC and Temple Bethel both confirmed they will be open today for business as usual.
Well, you do remember, so this is 1 week after that major flooding event. A lot of questions still remain.
Yeah, like exactly what caused that wall of water that witnesses have described, especially at Bidle Creek, as well as other parts of the city. So we went back to Bidle Creek and found there's still so much that needs to be done. In the aftermath, we found downed trees and crushed cars. There are also piles of concrete and rebar that remain stacked high in the drainage ditch along Vicar Drive next to Perrin Vital and Austin Highway. People who are in that area often say they are still in shock at how much the flood damaged everything.
It's taken out the bridge, but not the retainer wall on the side of the drainage. Yeah. It didn't wash out all that before.
I mean, I've been riding out here for about 10 years now, and I mean, some of it is just unrecognizable.
Because we were just trying to figure out how the heck it happened.
Well, as for what's next, city officials say they're now reviewing the flooding events along Vital Creek as well as Leon Creek on the other side of town. That review will include an independent engineering analysis. Well, now to the growing concerns over the rise in political violence across the nation. This morning, a man has been charged with attempted kidnapping of the Memphis mayor.
And another lawmaker in Ohio says a man tried to run him off the road. Here's ABC's Pierre Thomas with the details and the big picture.
This is the 25-year-old man police say scaled a wall in Memphis Mayor Paul Young's neighborhood late Sunday night, going directly to the mayor's home, knocking on his door. Authorities claim he was acting nervous and wearing gloves. And later, when arrested, they discovered a taser, rope, and duct tape in his vehicle. The mayor, his wife, and 2 young children reportedly at home. The mayor, clearly concerned, later posting this statement on Instagram. In today's climate, especially after the tragic events in Minnesota and the threats my wife and I often receive online, none of us can be too careful.
You have an issue? Take it to our office.
That's Ohio Congressman Max Miller, who is Jewish, saying a man just tried to run him off the road.
Some unhinged, deranged man decided to lay on his horn and run me off the road when he couldn't get my attention to show me a Palestinian flag. Not to mention death to Israel, death to me, that he wanted to kill me and my family.
The incidents come amid a disturbing increase in political violence nationwide. The country's shocked by the apparent political assassination and shootings in Minnesota that killed one state lawmaker and her husband, and that left a state senator and his wife shot multiple times.
And that was ABC's Pierre Thomas reporting. So here's today's 9 at 9. To the crisis in the Middle East, President Trump says he will decide within 2 weeks whether to launch military strikes in Iran after a week of Israel and Iran exchanging missile attacks. Nuclear talks with Iran are scheduled for today in Geneva. The White House says the decision on whether to strike will come down to whether diplomacy is still on the table. A new poll finds that 60% of Americans say the U.S. should stay out of the conflict.
Canada is retaliating against some U.S. trade policies. On July 21st, it is set to impose new tariff rate quotas on steel. They are for countries that don't have related free trade agreements with Canada. That could make American-made steel less appealing to Canadian buyers. U.S. duties on Canadian steel and aluminum are 50% right now. The U.S. and Canada are committed to reaching some kind of trade agreement in 30 days after talks during this week's G7 summit.
Environmental concerns this morning following the aftermath of the SpaceX explosion as smoke billows from the site near Brownsville. Now the testing site is surrounded by a wildlife refuge. As the investigation into the explosion continues, SpaceX insists there are no hazards to people in the area and says it is working with the local and state agencies to address any environmental concerns.
The FDA wants to cut drug approval time. The commissioner of the FDA says the current regulatory framework creates obstacles with drug approvals and sets the United States back in, quote, the global race for new drugs and treatments, end quote. A suggested plan would be modernizing the process by creating the commissioner's national priority voucher, which would shorten the FDA approval time from 10 to 12 months to 1 to 2 months.
Children's 5 lots of Little Remedies honey cough syrup is under a voluntary recall due to the presence of bacteria and a loss of shelf stability. The cough syrup was distributed nationwide to retailers and online from December 14th, 2022 through June 4th of this year. Now, the product is packaged in 4-ounce bottles within a carton. Customers are urged to stop using the product as the bacteria found in the cough syrup can cause 2 types of foodborne illness.
About 100,000 mattresses sold on Amazon are being recalled over a fire hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says they failed to meet the federal government's open flame flammability requirements. The 10 and 12-inch twin, full, queen, and king size mattresses were sold from July 2022 to June 2024.
After more than 4 years of waiting, Spotify may be ready to roll out higher quality audio streaming. Developers say they discovered hidden features in the app's latest update, including an option for enhanced sound quality. Spotify has not commented.
The iPhone will soon let you snooze how you choose. Apple says a customizable snooze button is coming in a future software update. The snooze button will be adjustable from 1 to 15 minutes. No more being stuck with that 9-minute default.
The NBA Finals are headed to Game 7, the first since 2016 and 2013. As we remember when the Spurs played the Heat, remember that run.
Yeah.
Well, the Pacers powered past the Thunder 108-91. So now it all comes down to Sunday night in Oklahoma City. So you can watch the coverage of the NBA Finals starting at 6:30 p.m. right here on KSAT 12. Well, you may remember our story back in January about our KSAT promotions producer, Alyssa Medina, and her journey to get back into running after having her baby. Alyssa, last time we talked to you, you were getting ready to do a 5K, and now you've already completed a 5K, right, in your journey?
Well, actually, last time we talked, I was just starting, and I could barely even run a mile. I was struggling. But yeah, since then, I've run an official 5K.
Yeah, good job to Alyssa. She did run an official 5K. So coming up on Monday, we're going to show you where Alyssa is at in her training as she gets ready to achieve her ultimate goal of running a half marathon. And she's going to run that at the San Antonio Marathon, the inaugural San Antonio Marathon, in December. So we're excited to continue to follow her journey.
Bonus points for pushing a stroller, by the way.
Yes, it's heavy because she was telling me it's about, with I think with baby and stroller, maybe like 25 pounds or so, or more.
Diaper bag.
Oh,
bottles,
yeah, well, yeah, and that's right. She had the snacks and
food,
water, everything.
Yeah, I give her a lot of. I love her to death, by the way. But and cool of her to put that out there and be candid about that.
And on that note, her journey has inspired others to get back into running or just get back into their exercise routine. So her cousins have now also registered for the San Antonio Marathon in December as well. Good job, Alyssa.
It's contagious in a good way. All right, 9:10 right now, 80 degrees outside, and still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Well, San Antonio schools are doing what they can to make sure that kids are fed this summer. After the break, how local families are keeping a routine thanks to the free meals.
And the San Antonio Water System are champs at pipe tapping, and the one and only Justin Horn got a look this morning at what it takes to be first place. It's coming up. Hi, we're back, 9:14 now. Don't forget, San Antonio schools are serving up free breakfast and lunch for kids all summer long, no matter what school your child goes to or where you live.
So our Myra Arthur went out to Meridian Elementary within Northside ISD and talked to several families who showed up for lunch. All the moms told Myra that not only are the free meals a financial help, but it also helps their kiddos get into a routine during the summer.
As far as food right now, we make ends meet, but it's still not enough.
We also support my mother-in-law, and my husband just graduated school. It's a financial help, and it's a mental help, definitely. Mental help too.
You can go to whatever site regardless of age or school enrollment. You can also just be a community member. You don't even have to be a Northside student.
Well, Myra also went to Jaffet Elementary in SAISD, where they're serving up free breakfast and lunch too. And in this district, caregivers have the option to buy lunch with their kids. So right now on KSAT.com, we have a link to map where you can find a free summer meal anywhere in San Antonio. So just look for this story. Well, American Waterworks Association just finished this year's conference competitions in Denver, and the San Antonio Water System took home a trophy.
A big one, too. Yes. This morning during our GMSA Plus stream, meteorologist Justin Horn got a chance to see the champs to find out what it takes to be the winner of pipe tapping. So here is that live demonstration.
I'm with some guys from San Antonio Water System, and the reason I'm showing you these guys this morning because they are champions. Check out the trophy here. Champions of what, you ask? Well, it's the pipe tapping contest that took place in Denver just a little bit ago, and these guys are experts on tapping pipes. Okay, they do this on a daily basis, which is amazing as it is, but they can also do this really fast, and believe it or not, there's a competition for it. So we're going to show you how they do it today.
Eric, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Good. Go back. Come on, Eric. Come on, Eric. Come on, Eric. Hey.
Whoa.
53. Excellent!
Okay. That is amazing. 109. That's a really good time.
There's 2 competitions. We do our state competition in April. We win there, then we go to nationals in June.
Great job, guys. That was awesome, man. Good work. Thanks, guys. Thanks for demonstrating that.
Good job to the team out there. They even went to Canada.
They did.
You know, with this competition.
And they have a women's team that came in
yes.
second place as well. So we give the ladies. And shortly after that, Justin took the wrench himself and gave it a go.
It wasn't as fast. I was watching it. I posted it on my social media, KSAT Shelby. It wasn't as fast, but you know, Justin did great.
He did, because he's never, well, 1, he's never done it before.
Yes.
2, he's never seen it before, just like us. So, you know, you don't really know how it all works.
He might be a little sore tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saw some muscles working that might not have been worked in a while.
You did great.
He did very
amazing.
good. He represented well. So.
Yes. Yes, but that's not the only water we're tracking. We're actually tracking some showers. Now, we've been telling you the last few days that if we see any rain, it's going to be very isolated, just 10%. And around this time yesterday, we were tracking some isolated showers. Once again, very light at times. We're tracking some just on the west side of San Antonio along 1604 and Highway 90. But otherwise, once again, we're tracking more showers throughout the day. But this is going to be it. Very isolated, maybe a quick shower, quick downpour, and then it's going to be dry. About a 10 to 20% chance of some showers throughout the rest of your day. Peak temperature getting to about 93 degrees for us here in San Antonio. But otherwise, mostly cloudy skies before more rain chances come along throughout the rest of the week. And once again, it's going to be very isolated at times where we see the rain chances, similar to what we've seen this morning. Now, that area of high pressure, that's going to continue to bring some above average to record-breaking heat for most of the country, but that's going to continue to go to the north. What we're watching is this area of low pressure. That's already off the coast of Mexico in the Gulf, and that's going to continue to feed some extra moisture into San Antonio throughout the day today, throughout the day tomorrow. And as that high pressure system continues to move just to the north, that low pressure system just to the south of us is going to continue to get some wraparound moisture counterclockwise, while as the high gets the moisture clockwise. So all of that moisture has the potential to just sit in areas of San Antonio, really having the potential Monday evening mostly for those about 20% chance of some showers. And then as we get to Tuesday, once again in the afternoon to evening. And then Wednesday, we're tracking more early Wednesday morning into the morning commute, maybe even a potential Wednesday night into Thursday, but we'll keep you posted on the exact tracking time. Since it is still a ways away, things can change just slightly. But rain totals, I know the latest drought monitor came out yesterday, and I'll get to that in a second, but we still need more rain for most of us here in South Central Texas. Over the next 7 days, we have the potential to get maybe a quarter of an inch to maybe half an inch at times. Areas along the coastal counties and even getting into areas of Houston, they can see more rain. They're talking about maybe half an inch to even an inch, before other areas in the upper portion of the Midwest see up to 2 inches of rain. Now, like I mentioned, the latest drought monitor came out yesterday. This is last week's drought monitor. Still seeing that exceptional drought in areas of Bexar County, just in Atascosa, but really staying just to the west of I-10. Now, this is yesterday's. Now, we did see that improvement not only for the exceptional category, but also that extreme, that regular red color, that continued to move closer and closer to Bexar County, no longer including areas of Guadalupe, Wilson, Gonzales County. Now, the reason is the groundwater. We're still seeing the low aquifer levels, the low spring flow, and low lakes and reservoirs. So we still need more rain to help with the drought, but don't be surprised if next week, if we continue to see a small change after I reached out yesterday to the people who submit the drought. It can change from the slightest, but still tracking about a 10 to 20% chance of rain throughout the next week or so.
All right, and if it doesn't hit our area, I like the chance of having overcast weather that helps a little bit.
Helps with the heat a little bit too, yeah.
I'll take that.
Very good. Okay, Shelby, thank you. All right, a camp happening this weekend is bringing different characters, if you will, from around the country. We're going to show you what they're training for after the break.
Welcome back. It's 9:25. Well, dozens of characters from around the country are headed to San Antonio this weekend for the annual Mascot training camp. So this is a day-long camp. It's going to feature hands-on sessions.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Give it away. So there'll be this. Ernie doesn't do this full-time though, guys. Okay. So this is also for costume care, maintenance, fan interaction, techniques, crowd engagement, and more. And Ernie's going to tell you about that.
So this camp is being put on by Jeremy Bartlett. He's a veteran mascot trainer who's also performed locally as the Spurs Coyote. He was T-Bone. Remember when the Rampage hockey team was here? Oh, he's Jalapeno. He's been Henry the Puffy Taco, to name a few. This camp is expected to bring together performers of all ages and experience levels to sharpen their skills and boost their confidence.
I have served San Antonio and the people of San Antonio for years, and when I see them out of costume, I always get this warm little feeling. I was like, you don't even know.
Right.
But we've hugged, we've high-fived, I've gone to your wedding or something like that.
Yeah, you've almost certainly interacted with him over the years. A Mascot training camp is taking place tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 at the Live Oak Conference Center on Pat Booker Road. And we do have a link to register if you'd like to sign up for this and learn more about the world of mascotting, crowd engagement. You can go to KSAT.com. I learned a lot yesterday, and I am the owl. I did try on the owl because, well, one, I wanted to shoot a tease with it.
Yes.
But two, I wanted to get an idea of just, it is so much more difficult than you would ever think.
Yet you were telling me that you didn't even attempt the potato
No, I did not do the sack race or anything because I didn't want to like rip an Achilles or anything. But Jeremy said that those are high school kids generally. But like at a high school football game, for example, they will lose 8 to 10 pounds in one game just sweating it off and
I could see that
running around and everything.
Because they're doing like little dances and they're
nonstop,
and then they're covered in that huge costume
in August or September or October. Yeah. So.
But you surprised me earlier because I didn't see the video.
Right.
And he was like, "Watch out for that owl."
Which is why I was like moving around like this, like I was.
You were trying to keep your balance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No tricks, please. Don't. Yes, I just was trying to walk and talk at the same time.
Yeah. Well, good job. Good job. You pulled it off. I didn't know at first looking at the video that was you in there. So very good.
Okay. 9:27 now. 80 degrees. Still more ahead here on GMSA at 9.
That's right. So still ahead. It is Friday, which means we have some new artists to showcase in the new SA Vibe. So after the break, a look at the band Combo Cosmico. Welcome back. It's 9:31. Well, developer behind a project that could call into question San Antonio's drinking water is also accused of destroying private property without permission.
So that's according to neighbors in far northwest Bexar County near Helotes. The developer is the company behind the controversial Guajolote Ranch subdivision. So it's a story that we've been following for some time, including in our Know My Neighborhood series a year ago. Well, then in May, state judges recommended that the TCEQ grant developer Lennar Corp a wastewater permit for Guajolote Ranch. The permit has not been granted yet.
Well, just 2 weeks ago, neighbors told us that trees were being cut down without permission to make way for those water pipes. And now this week, an HOA has joined the Scenic Loop Helotes Creek Alliance in the fight against this development.
All right, so Erica Hernandez talked with neighbors who are asking a judge for a temporary restraining order.
If this was your private property, how would you meet them?
With a gun. With a loaded gun. and I'm not saying that I would be violent against the people.
For the past couple of days, this is a mess that can be seen right off Scenic Loop in northwest Bexar County. Construction crews tore through the brick wall of the Altair subdivision just weeks after cutting down heritage oak trees.
This is part of a subdivision which has HOA rules, and they're violating all of it. Personal and HOA, they did not get permission.
The Altair subdivision has now joined the legal battle with the Scenic Loop Helotes Creek Alliance. This all has to do with the Guajolote Ranch development by Florida-based Lennar Corp. The company is still awaiting a TCEQ commission decision to start building. Residents have been fighting this subdivision development because it is projected to release an average of 1 million gallons per day of treated sewage into the Helotes Creek watershed. which recharges up to 15% of the Edwards Aquifer, which is a primary source of drinking water for all of San Antonio.
There's no need to come into private property and to disrupt and destroy all of this private property. So it's basically an act of bullying. It's hard to fight a corporation as big as Lennar, the second largest home builder in the country.
The groups are awaiting a judge to issue a temporary restraining order, but a long legal battle awaits. Right now, the immediate hope is stopping more property from being destroyed.
Property rights in Texas are very strong. You don't have to allow anybody on your private property.
Erica Fernandez, KSAT 12 News.
So we reached out to Lennar about being on the private property and the accusations from neighbors. We have yet to hear anything back from them.
Let's look out there with a live cam this morning. 80 degrees, still not too hot there. We can see those clouds kind of hanging around for us.
Yeah, we can start to see that cloud coverage kind of sticking around, and that's continuing to see what we've been seeing over the last week or so is cloud coverage in the morning, continuing to leave by around lunchtime and leaving for partly cloudy to mostly sunny day for the rest of the day. But temperatures right now sitting in those 80s, 85% for that humidity currently, 100% in Bernie. So it's still feeling very muggy currently. And throughout the rest of your day, it's going to be a perfect cool day. Today's the first day of summer, so what better than to go outside and enjoy the water by the pool. Temperatures increasing into those mid to low 90s. About 93 is the peak temperature for San Antonio, although be advised it is going to be a little breezy. We can expect wind gusts up to about 25 miles per hour and still an isolated chance of some showers. Now take a look at this. We're still seeing some light showers in areas of San Antonio, but so far we are above our average rainfall by almost 4 inches. Now we do still have more rain on the forecast. I'll break down the latest radar, plus I'll break down the heat and how long it'll stick around for parts of the country coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Shelby. Well, SA Vibes is our digital series where we showcase local musicians performing their original music and sharing their stories with us.
And we know it's early, but you're going to want to get up and dance to the sounds of San Antonio's own Combo Cosmico. So here's a listen.
We started off playing with Los Nahuatlatos. I would say that sparked our first times working together, making cumbias, and it just came naturally.
The origins of like this like cumbe and traditional African sounds, you know, turning into the orquestras of Colombia, and then like Texas style conjunto cumbia, and then like throw a bunch of mushrooms on it.
It all is one creative process that helps each other. It inspires each other.
I hope that the music scene continues to be kind of like the food scene here in San Antonio. You know, it's a melting pot. You can find all sorts of fusions.
Look for us, Combo Cosmico, on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music. You can also find us on Bandcamp. And if you guys want us to play live, hit us up. You can just DM us for real.
Hey, all right.
There you go.
Thank you. The band has a show tomorrow night, and the theme is Cumbia versus Punk. 2 bands on the Cumbia side, 2 on the Punk side, and one of the Punk bands is Vintage Pictures, who also has a feature on SA Vibes. You can catch this show at Rah Rah Room at 7 o'clock. It's $10 to get in. Ages 21 and up, please.
Very nice. And a special thank you to KSAT's Valerie Gomez for putting this edition of SA Vibes together, and for all of the SA Vibes. Also for Jeff Saldana for going out there and helping to shoot it. So for the full performance and any of our SA Vibes episodes, you can scan the QR code on your screen to find our SA Vibes page on KSAT.com. It's also on the KSAT YouTube page and on the KSAT Plus app.
Very catchy music.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a fan already.
Indeed. All right, 9:38 right now, 80 degrees outside, and this is GMSA at 9.
Well, it's a success story that many dream of, something you create being sold locally, so then hitting the shelves nationwide. After the break, we're going to introduce you to a local couple whose dreams are coming true.
All right, happy Friday. It's 9:42 here to a story of genuine entrepreneurship. A local couple credits the San Antonio community for helping their brand grow, from selling their products at a local farmer's market to now getting their product on H-E-B and Walmart store shelves.
Or Sarah Costa met with Marcia and Luis Morales, who own Humble House Foods. They just took their salsa national, and they tell Sarah that they hope to inspire other people trying to take their side hustle to full-time.
You should have seen where we started, yeah.
Luis Morales got his start making cheese in his parents' kitchen. While he was a chef at a restaurant in the Pearl, his wife Marcia was a hostess. In 2008, he took a risk to sell his cheese at the Pearl Farmers Market full-time.
And so we started the business with my last paycheck from
El Sueño.
And
my college savings.
Yeah.
From selling homemade cheese at the Pearl Farmers Market to pivoting and selling pesto and hummus, to live food demonstrations, then a cafe during the farmers market, to a restaurant inside the Pearl's food court for 30 days before COVID shut it down, to landing their salsa on H-E-B shelves during its open call Quest for Texas Best, which led them here. 11 employees with their own manufacturing facility in San Antonio for Humble House Foods, leaning on San Antonio to learn about the manufacturing business.
San Antonio is a really good hub for food manufacturing. Most people don't know that, but I mean, Pace was started here.
Of course, keeping everything local.
You guys are using local products.
Yes, yeah, we have a farm in Poteet. He's our biggest farmer. We buy from multiple farmers.
And this year, taking their salsa to Walmart shelves.
We're doing anywhere from 10 to 30,000 bottles a week.
In 285 H-E-B stores and over 400 Walmart stores, they say it's surreal. Both not having college degrees, both going to SAC for music.
I don't have an accounting degree. I happen to be good at math, but I learned everything I have from YouTube videos.
They credit their success to the San Antonio community for supporting them all those years at the Pearl Farmers Market.
Really shook hands and talked to every kind of person from every country, every nationality, every language. We got to know people in general.
Both Luis and Marcia grew up in San Antonio as military brats, and they say that military connection has been another reason for their success.
Because of the military, you or someone knows someone else that's been wherever you want to go.
There's that interconnected network that kind of spans the globe.
The Morales' hope they can inspire other locals who are working in the hospitality industry that have that side hustle. And they say San Antonio is a place where you can thrive.
San Antonio is special. And I think that's because of the military. Because we have so many people here. And one thing we all agree on is we love food and we love to party.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Congrats to
I do agree
Marcia
with him.
and
I
Luis.
agree with the food and the party.
We love food and we love to party.
Yes, we do. You can see that in Fiesta and really all year long.
That's
really.
right. Absolutely. And the Flingos?
Oh, wow. Are they fighting or kissing?
They want to be having a little party.
Whoa, get a room. Get a room.
Is that flirting, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We need somebody to interpret the flamingo, the ways of the flamingo.
Yeah. Maybe they're sharing food.
Maybe.
Here's some of this. Try this out.
Maybe there's another one coming to eat the food.
We'll see. All right. Nonetheless, they got a little sun on them this morning.
Yes, they do. And that's going to be the stories. We've had the clouds in the morning, the sun in the afternoon. Yep. So we're kind of in that pattern, and it's going to continue over the next few days, especially today. Okay. Especially because our temperatures later today are expected to be in the 90s. 93 expected in San Antonio for our peak temperature, at about 93, like I mentioned, 90 degrees in Boerne. But not only are we going to have our temperatures in the 90s, our heat indices going to be in the triple digits. We're expecting 100 degrees to what it feels like later today, because we're still tracking a little bit of that humidity, like I showed you earlier with the extra moisture in the atmosphere. So it's going to be feeling like 100 in San Antonio, feeling like 100 in Floresville, 101 in areas of Stinson, but we're also going to track that heat high moving over areas of North Texas later today. And as that high pressure system continues to move to the north and to the east, we're going to get that wraparound. And that's going to be the reason, also with that low pressure system in the Gulf, that's going to be the reason we're seeing the potential for the isolated showers. Just we're getting extra moisture from the Gulf into areas of South Texas. And it's also going to be the reason we're seeing those stronger winds, because as that high pressure system continues to leave, we're also getting a low pressure system off the Pacific Northwest, and all of those winds are just going to be able to sit in areas of San Antonio, having the potential for about 30-mile-an-hour winds at times. But as that heat high continues to move off to the East Coast, they're also going to be near record-breaking heat for some areas, while that low pressure system is going to continue to give us more of a zonal flow, sitting relatively closer to average for most of us here in South Texas. Now, like I mentioned, that heat high, that's going to be giving temperatures for parts of the United States in the triple digits. On Sunday, Omaha is expected to have their air temperature at 101, not their heat indices, their air temperature at 101. San Antonio, we're only expecting to be about 94. And then that high pressure system, as we get from Sunday into Monday, is going to continue to get a little closer into areas of Washington, D.C., but still just really sitting there, allowing for it to have their air temperature at 99 in D.C. on Monday, 95 in New York, 95 in Little Rock, but still only 94 in San Antonio. And it's going to continue to just be that way over the next few days. Still very similar. And not only are we going to be warm here in San Antonio, take a look at this. The Gulf temperatures are already in those mid to low 80s. Now, our peak temperature for the Gulf season and for hurricane season has already started, but our peak temperatures don't arrive until August, September, October, and that's when we're seeing temperatures in those mid 80s, even those upper 80s. But still, something to keep an eye on is we're still tracking some warmer temperatures in the Gulf, only sitting at around 83 currently for us, closer to areas of San Antonio, but still something to keep an eye on. But like I said, the air temperature over the next few days is going to continue to still be closer to average. 94 expected on Sunday, 93 expected on Tuesday. And Wednesday, although we're only going to be 92, we're still tracking about a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms, and still expecting some partly cloudy skies for most of us in South Texas. And even though you see the cloud icons, once again, it's going to continue to be similar to what we've seen the last few days, having some cloud coverage in the morning, a sunnier afternoon. So although it still might be a little gloomy and a little dreary for your mornings, maybe with a quick shower, it's not going to stick around forever, especially because summer officially starts today, guys.
It does. And I'm just happy that we're starting with the low 90s.
Yes.
We can do that.
Yes.
Right along average at around 93 degrees and not having the air temperature in triple digit like what we saw back in May.
Yeah. Good news, Shelby. Thank you.
I like it. Thank you very much. Okay. Very good.
Well, it is positively this season, you get it, for Pride, and there are so many places here in San Antonio where you can celebrate.
So SA Live producer Rob Moraine teamed up with a furry friend from the Animal Defense League to check out a rainbow of fun across the river from us at Hops and Hounds.
It's more than just a dog bar, it's a place where everyone is welcome. I'm here at Hops and Hounds with my friend HEB from the Animal Defense League. We're here checking out what they have for Pride Month, but first, let's go play. HEB and I have worked up a sweat. We're ready for something to sip on. And manager Sydney Owens joins me now. Sydney, thanks for having us.
Yes, happy to have you.
Okay, so it looks like we have almost every color of the rainbow here. We're missing a few, and that's what we're gonna make, right?
Correct, yep.
What's first?
We're gonna start with the grinder, so it's gonna be our orange one. And we're gonna start with some Smirnoff spicy tamarind vodka.
So it has some spice to it.
It does a little bit, yeah. It goes really well with the chamoy that we're gonna go ahead and put in there.
Ooh, so the very San Antonio drink.
Yes, very San Antonio.
It's gotta be one of the most popular ones.
And then we're gonna move to some pickle juice.
Even more. Just adding people wanting this drink. More people are gonna want it, more people are gonna want it.
And then just to add a little bit of sweetness to it, we do some pineapple juice.
Nice. And how is it important for you all to celebrate Pride Month this month?
Oh, it's very important. We're very big on inclusivity and just everyone is welcome here. Yeah, dogs, cats, animals, people, doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome.
You can bring your cats too?
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't bring them in the dog park. I don't know if I would do that.
About ready there. Let's see this pour. Beautiful.
We'll top it off with some Sprite and a little bit of soda.
Nice.
And that is the grinder.
Beautiful. So we've almost got our rainbow complete. We got one more to make. What's that one?
One more is going to be the Sugar Daddy.
Love the
that
names.
one. This one is more for your gin drinkers, so it's not going to be quite as sweet. We're going to do a seersucker gin. And we have a melon liqueur.
These are all fresh, summery drinks, it seems like.
Yes, very much so. Trying to beat the heat over here at Hops and Hounds.
Nice. And not just for
and
Pride
some
Month,
lemon juice.
but all year long, people are welcome, right? Everyone's
all
welcome.
year long, yes. Yeah, of course we love celebrating Pride and we love decorating, but everyone is welcome all year long. Yeah. Give it a good shake.
Let's see this pretty pour.
We'll top this one off again with some Sprite and a little bit of soda.
Beautiful. Our rainbow is complete. You want to walk us through the other drinks that we have here, the other colors?
Absolutely. So the first one right here is going to be the Girl in Red. It's almost kind of a take on a Dirty Shirley. So you've got, but it's with tequila and then grenadine to give it that red color. And then right here we have the Gold Star. It's with Jameson Orange, so it's going to be a little more citrusy. And then right here we have the Drag Queen. It's with Malibu. So it's kind of like a Blue Hawaiian, but it's more refreshing, I feel like.
That one's definitely for my photographer, Steven, the Drag Queen.
And then this last one here, the purple, we have the Pillow Princess. That one's made with the 1800 tequila coconut, and it kind of almost is like a sweet cotton candy taste.
Sounds great. I think I'll take the Pillow Princess. Let's have a sip. You can taste that tequila, but it's not too strong. Ooh,
yes.
that's a good one.
Awesome.
Okay, so what else can people find here at Hops and Hounds?
So we have just a very spacious venue, plenty for big parties. You can have reservations, dog parties, as well as we have the big dog park and a small dog park. We have some really amazing food trucks. Benji's is really great. We have them all the time. We have Los Perros on the weekend. Both are incredible food. We have a big screen TV up here for sporting events. And then we also do a lot of events or fun things, like we do a riverboat tour with a personal bartender on board.
That is so cool. And then you have some events coming up too, right?
We do, yeah. We have the Tito's Luau coming up on June 21st. And then we have the Buzz Tournament on the June 27th.
Nice. Well, Sydney, thanks for having us. Let us cheers to Pride Month.
Cheers to Pride Month.
Cheers.
Yes.
Come celebrate Pride here at Hops and Hounds. And don't forget, HEB is available for adoption at the Animal Defense League. Say bye, HEB. Bye. Happy Pride. Happy Pride.
So our KSAT community partners are getting the word out about Project Men's summer donation collection drives. Their first Gear Up for Mobility event will take place at New Braunfels City Hall.
So that's going to be happening on Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, June 28th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's where you can donate new or gently used home medical equipment like wheelchairs and also power scooters. So you can find all these details at ksatcommunity.com. Take another look out there with TransGuide. Looking good there at I-10 at West Avenue. Very green.
Yes.
After all that rain, and looking good also Loop 1604 Northwest Military. Just the usual construction spots to be aware about, especially the one right there at I-35 at Alamo Street southbound. That's, caused some slowdowns as that construction continues.
Yeah, Steph, like you said, it's so green outside, which is such a relief. Now, throughout the next few hours, we are expecting about a 10% chance of some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures warming up to those low 90s. So it's going to be a great day to go outside and enjoy the pool. Now, although it is still green, the aquifer is down half a foot today. Now, we are still closer to our average today. We're sitting about 638.8 feet. So yes, we are still low and down today, but there is still improvements compared to what we started the month of June off and where we were just a few months ago. Now, like I said, we are still tracking a few chances of some showers and thunderstorms throughout the next week or so, 30% chance on Wednesday, but nothing too out of the ordinary, kind of same old for the weather, which is much relief compared to the weather. It's been kind of crazy the last month.
It has been. So we'll take the calm this weekend for sure. Thank you, Shelby.
Very good. And I have yard work to do later on today.
Good luck with that.
In the meantime, here's SA